So today we are looking at the antiX-23.2. So here is the boot menu of antiX. So this is the full edition or the full ISO file I downloaded. So let me quickly boot it in the live boot. So here you can see it's released on October 5, 2024. So I just downloaded the latest version. So here are all the options like F2 for the language selection, F3 for the time zones. So you can change whatever you want here. F4 for the other options, F5 for the persist, and F6 for the desktop environments. And the final one is the console. So here are all the options. So I'm going to boot it in the normal boot. So it says kernel as a 5.10, but I'm going to show you all the information as soon as we see the desktop layout. Right now we are running it on the virtual machine, which is a VMware, with a 60 GB of virtual disk, 8 GB of RAM, and my CPU is i5 1240p. And antiX Linux is based on Debian 12 bookworm. So the country of origin of antiX is Greece, and here you can see it's antiX 23.2. So it's going to take like a few minutes, maybe like from 1 to 3 minutes. It depends on the distro. Some distros will take like a minute, or some distros will take up to like a 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, like that. So here we have already the desktop layout. So it completely loaded without taking a lot of time here. So it just took maybe like 30-40 seconds. So that's a quick boot. So let's first go to the display settings and change the display settings, and we can go and continue with everything. So here are all the applications you can set and you can do whatever you want. So let me first change the display settings. So my monitor is like a 1920 into 1080. Let me find that resolution. So here you can see we don't have any type of that type of resolution. So I'm going to choose the 1366 into 768. Yes, I can change it in the terminals, but I'm going to keep it like that. So about the AR and R, here is the version 0.1.11. So here is the conky. So we can change the thing by changing the wallpaper. Let's go to the preference. Let me find the wallpaper here. So I'll be doing 2 videos daily, so that's the reason it will be very hard to remember anything. So here are all the themes. If you want to change the themes, you can change it. Click on apply. It will be changed. And about the information, here is the LX appearance, colors, icons, and all those things. So let me close. Let's try to change the colors here. Let me find the application, refresh menu, and the desktop. You can on the conky and you can off the conky. Let me do that. So it will fix all those things. Let me turn on the onky. So it went on the right side of the screen. So I just woke up, so there will be a bit of stuttering. So here is our display resolution. So if you want to change the desktop environment, you can change whatever you want here, like a IceWM. So you need to change the wallpaper, or else you can change the desktops. It will automatically fix the wallpaper. So here is already all the like init CPU, RAM, and also everything, like a disk and all those things. So let's open the internet browser. So usually I'll be opening the task manager, and I'm going to keep the task manager in the right side corner throughout the video. But we already have the RAM and CPU usage showing, which is a conky. So I don't think I need to open the task manager and keep the task manager in the right side corner. So I'm talking about normal user who will be watching my videos. They know I'll be keeping the task manager in the right side corner like this. Let me show you. So I'll be keeping like this the task manager throughout the video. But in this case, we already have the conky here, but I'm going to keep it like that. Don't worry. So these are all the resources as soon as you boot up. And about the task manager, here is the version ls task, which is 0.1.10. So it's based on Debian 12. So I'm going to go through all those things. So this is how it's consuming. So it consumes lesser RAM. Even if I'm on the virtual machine, it's consuming lesser RAM. So that's a good Linux distribution in my point of view on the hardware side. Now let's open the internet browser. So here are all the applications. So it's kind of weird for me, other things are already added here, so that's kind of weird for me, but we can get used to it for just by using for like maybe 10-15 minutes. So here are all the applications. So I'm going to open the Firefox web browser. There is already a browser right here, but we are going to open the Firefox web browser. We're going to go to the official website and all those things. We can do that. I'm going to show you all the changes and all those things. So the version should be 130 or 131, I don't know. So the stable version right now of the Firefox is 131. So you get the 128.3.0 ESR 64-bit antiX Linux 21. So let me open some applications, kernels and all those things, and we can continue with that. So we opened all the important tabs here. So let's continue with the about support. So the version of the Firefox already mentioned, distribution ID is antiX Linux. So the OS or the kernel you get is 5.10. So there is also another version, so I'm going to show you that also. So it says Linux kernel 5.10. So let's go to the official website of the Linux kernel. Just type in like a Linux kernel as the search term and just get the first link, or else you can just type in like www.kernel.org and find for the version 5.10. So the version we are using is 5.10, and the version of 5.10 is a long-term version. So here you can see the mainline version right now is 6.12, and if it's RC, then it's a release candidate, and if it's on the stable, it's a stable version. So both versions is like a 6.11.2 and stable version is 6.10, and others are like long-term. And if you don't know what I'm talking, you just need to click on the releases, and you should be seeing all the information of the kernels. So if you see the RC, here is all the information of the release candidate version. If you see the mainline, then you should be seeing all the information about the mainline. And about this table, here is what is the information of this table. And about the long term, here is the version of the long term. And right now we are using the 5.10 long term version, which is supported until like December 2026. So you get the end of life of 5.10 on December 2026. And also, in order to see the kernel versions, you can just type in like a uname-r. You can choose like this on the browser, or else you can choose uname-a, neofetch, fastfetch, inxi, inxi-sv8. You can get all the kernel information throughout these commands. And this is some kernel information. So let's close it. And what else we have? The OS theme. So this is the theme we are right now using, which is Arc-Daka. And I'm using 8 GB of RAM. Available RAM is 7.7 GB. Disk space is like a 6.1 GB. Here is all the other information about the browser, like a picture-in-picture and all those things, which I consider as not important for the video. And here is like a Mesa and LLVM pipe information. Mesa is 22.3.6, LLVM version is 15.0.6. And here you should be seeing also some other information. And when you scroll it down, you should be seeing the window protocol X11. Desktop environment is IceWM. And Mesa version already mentioned. So display resolution 1360 into 768 with a 60 Hz. So you can change whatever resolution you want. I'm going to keep it like that because 1366 or the 768 resolution makes the fonts bigger, so you can see everything properly in my video. So these are all the other information about the browser. So if you consider it as important, you can pause the video and read everything. And about the antiX requirements of running the Linux distro. So in order to run like a antiX Linux, you need to have like a 512 MB of RAM recommended, and installation drive like a 7.0 GB. And antiX can also be used as fast booting rescued CD and works extremely well running live without persistence on a USB stick or Frugal on a hard drive. And about the antiX, here is all the information. You just need to go to the about antiX. So this is provided from the official website itself. So here is complete requirements, and I already downloaded the full version. So this is the full version, and the base versions are different, so you can go through all those things. So these are all the system requirements. And about the release information, you need to go to the official website, which is antixlinux.com, or else you can just type in like antix linux in the system and it should be good. And if you don't know what is antiX Linux, here is a description of antiX. I already made a lot of videos on the antiX Linux. If you want, you can check it out in my channel. So let's go to the release news. So the country of origin I already mentioned, it's from the Greece, and the antiX 23.2 is released, and this is the name. Arditi del Popolo is the antiX 23.2, and I think it's like a code name or something like that. And bug fixes release, and users of antiX-23.1 do not need to reinstall. So you need to get all the information. So this is the version I downloaded. In the full version, which is 1.8 GB of file size, you get the 4 window manager, IceWM as a default, fluxbox, JWM, and another one is right here. And also you get the full LibreOffice suite. 64-bit versions comes with 2 kernels. Legacy will be 5.10 and modern will be 6.1. And also 6.1 is also the long-term version. Choose whatever you want. And when you go with the base system or the base ISO file, you get the 4 window manager. So these are all the things you get. And when you go with the antiX-core, which is 520 MB, no X, but should support most wireless. And if you go with the antiX-net, which is 220 MB, not X, just enough to get you connected, wired, and ready to build. And here is complete information. Like if using core or net versions to connect to the internet, you might need to type as root user. So here is all the information. The 32-bit version uses a non-pay kernel. So here is other information. And here is some note information. After installation of antiX-23.10, 64 full editions, the default kernel will be a modern 6.1, even if legacy 5.10 was booted during the live boot. So here is some note, so you need to understand these things. And the main changes will be right here, like based on Debian 12 book 1, which I already mentioned, but without systemd and all those things. So here is some information. Customized kernels like a 6.1 and 5.10. LibreOffice, you should be getting 24.8.2.1. Firefox, I already showed you the version. There is also another browser which is CMonkey on antiX-base. So it's not on the full edition, it's on the base edition. And the mail client, you get the Claws, Cup of Printing, and a Pipewire, Plumber on full editions. Elsa on base and core editions. Here is the audio, like a celluloid, MPV, PDF view, and these are all the changes you get from the 23.2. No snap systemd and no flatpaks. And so what we have here. So I just woke up. Sorry, there is like a lot of stuttering in my video. So usually it doesn't happen, but I woke up just right now, so that's the reason. So file manager and desktop. You get 3 options here. Convert your video and audio files. Here is the applications or information. So internet, editors, tools for remastering, boot repair, and others. So these are all the changes from the 23.2. And in order to download, you just need to click here. And it will take directly to the SourceForge website. And here you should be getting all the editions, like full, core, and all the things. So let's change it to the size. So full version will be 2.1 GB, and another one full, which is 32-bit, is 1.8 GB. So here is other things like a base, core, and all those things. So choose whatever you want, like a net. So I downloaded the full versions. So just click on the download here, or you can choose the download there. So it's going to take like a 5 seconds, and it's going to download the ISO file. So just wait for a few seconds and the download will be starting right now. So here is our ISO file. So we got all the information about the browser and also downloading process and also the release notes. So these are all the changes in this specific version. So let me open the terminal and type in some commands here. So keep an eye on the RAM and CPU so you can judge whether to use this version or not. So let me type in like a neofetch, hit enter, and let me type in inxi-sv8. I'm going to install the neofetch, you don't need to worry about it, but we already get all the information right here. So you can install the neofetch. It's based on Debian, so you can install the neofetch. So let's continue with the system version. So let me keep it like this. So let me make the terminal bigger so we can continue with everything. So I want to change the color also of the terminal. Let's go to the preference. You can change the colors if you want, or else I think the black one will be looking properly instead of white. So the host, let's first go with the system. Host is antiX, kernel version is 5.10 and 64-bit, and compiler GCC version is 12.2.0, and desktop version is IceWM 3.6.0, and here is like a DM version 1.5.0. Distro, it says like a antiX-23.2, and the code name should be Arditi del Popolo, released on 5th October 2024, based on Debian new Linux 12 bookworm, which I already mentioned in the beginning. So this is some virtual machine information which I don't consider as important. System RAM 8 GB of RAM, available is 7.7 GB, used is like a 600 MB. So here you can see the RAM consumption and CPU. So this is some unnecessary information. So this is the CPU i5 1240p, which I already mentioned in the beginning. So flags, vulnerabilities, which is unnecessary for the video. Let's continue with the graphics. VMWGFX version is 2.18 instead of 2.20. So display server Xorg version is 1.21.1.7, and my monitor resolution 1360 into 768. And here are all the available resolutions. And EGL version is 1.5, and inactive Wayland. What else we have? OpenGL version is 4.1. Mesa version already mentioned 22.3.6. And let's continue with the audio information. Audio information is also provided in the official website itself. ELSA PiFire version is 1.0.3, and these are all like a network, Bluetooth. I don't have a Bluetooth, so it's clearly unnecessary for the video. So let's go with the process 231. Uptime is almost 15 minutes, and sysVinit version 3.0.6, and shell bash version is 5.2.15. GCC version already mentioned, inxi 3.3.34. So let me type in cat /etc/issue. So here you should be seeing some information. So I'm going to install the neofetch now. So I installed the neofetch. In the background. So let me type in the neofetch. Hit enter. And here is the neofetch information. Debian based, VMware, the kernel information. Uptime is almost 20 minutes. Packages 1755 dpkg. Shell bash version already mentioned. Desktop environment and the themes, my CPU, the terminal, the RAM consumption. So every information is right here. So if you want to install anything, you can install it right here. It's a Debian based distribution. So we got all the information about the installer. Let me quickly show you the installer. So it's same like a MX Linux installation style. So you can install the antiX if you liked it. So you know what to do here. So I'm not going to install it right now because I need to make another video. So this was some installation, and about the application changes or the information provided in the official website. We get the latest LibreOffice version, and else what else we have in the applications. So I'm going to show you the pre-installed applications you get from the antiX. So here are all the applications you get from the antiX Linux. You get a bunch of applications. You can call it like a bloatware applications here because you get a bunch of applications in the full edition. So you have a lot of applications here. So I already showed you all the important information, And in the system you also have the NVIDIA driver installer, lot of applications available here. And also there is a headstop pre-installed here. So here is the headstop if you want. So I thought headstop should be installed, but there is headstop already installed. So about the LibreOffice, here is the about LibreOffice version 24.8.2.1, which is mentioned in the official website itself. So it will be consuming less resources, so you can call it like a lightweight distro. So it's consuming lesser resources here. Here is the software installer, and also I don't see any lag or anything like that. Everything is working fine without issues. Right now there was slight minor hiccups here and there. So in the bare metal it's going to be performing way better, because the user experience in the virtual machines will be like sometimes they will be having some minor lags here and there. And in the bare metal you shouldn't be seeing all those things. And also the resources, like a hardware resources consuming, will be way lesser when compared to the virtual machines. So in the bare metal it's going to be consuming lesser resources. And also the desktop environments, I already mentioned, you get the 4 desktop environments. So people who have like a low-end PC can easily run this distribution with the latest applications. But the browsers and all those things, you get the older versions, so you need to update and do all those things on your own. But you still get the lesser resource consumption. So here are all the applications and packages if you want to install. So if you want to enable, you can enable right here. So you get a lot of applications, like a content creating applications, you get the media files, internet, and all those things. So you get the bunch of applications filled with this distribution. So if you want to try this distribution, you can try it. You get the latest version, but some applications are, should be like a 3-4 versions older, so you can update all those things. But you still get the a lot of applications and all those things. So you get the LTS version kernel, so that's also the good thing here on the internet. So there are filled with a lot of bloatwares. So this application was also mentioned in the official website, like a class mail. So this is the email client. And about the applications, here are all the applications you get pre-installed. So you get a bunch of applications. So these are all the changes of the specific version. I was just showing the specific version changes. I don't want to go through all those things. I already showed you the commands and all those things. And here are all the available pre-installed applications. And also LibreOffice and also the class mails were included in the official website. So I showed every important information. And I don't want to go through all the applications opening and making a video bit lengthy. So I don't want to do that like that. So let me change the desktop to the fluxbox, and this is how it looks. So it kind of looks kind of clean in my point of view. So the fluxbox looks way better when compared to the IceWM. So this is how it's performing. So these are all the applications. You get the fluxbox settings here if you want to change. So you get more options here in the fluxbox, like a customization things. So it's kind of properly showed everything. So it's not like a everything on top of everything. So it's bit of a clean look in the fluxbox. You can change whatever you want in the desktops, and you can change to the other things like a GWM. So if you want the GWM, it also is available right here. So even the GWM looks nicer. So you can choose whatever you want. So this is how it performed in my PC. If you want to change the themes, you can change the themes. So these are already shown in the previous versions also. I don't think I can show it, but let me show you some changes here. So that's some change, like a desktop. You can change the themes to whatever you want, like a pretty pink. You can choose whatever you want here. And about the antiX installer, I already showed you. And the control center, here is the control center. So here is some issue that the RAM showing here as like a 261 MB, but it should be showing like a 332 MB. So it will be a bit different here. So that's the one thing I faced, or I'm looking here. So it says like a 262 MB, but I don't think it will be consuming like a 262 MB. It should be a bit more here. I don't know it's working or not, but CPU is working. So it's better to see the con key. So here it's using like a 323 MB, and also it also like a frozen completely. So that's the one thing I'm seeing right now. About the customization, about the wallpaper changes, you can change it here in the control center. In the beginning I didn't understand because I woke up right now, so that's the reason my brain doesn't work that much fastly. So here are all the wallpapers. If you want to select wallpapers, you can select. So I'm going to choose this one and click apply. It will be changed like that. And about other things, here is like a DPI, customer look, preferred applications. So these are all some customization and changes. If you want to manage packages, you can open the packages. About the system, here are the network options. Here are the sharing things. Here is the session, like a user desktop session, screen resolution, the live, the disks. If you want to install, you can choose from here, or else you can choose here the desktop also. Hardware, I already showed you all the PC information. You can choose whatever you want here. If you want complete information, you can choose here like a full system information. Click on OK. It's going to provide all the information right for you. So we already gone through all those information. So here is the full system information, like a graphics, audio, everything. And here is the drivers. If you want to install the NVIDIA, you can go with this. And the maintenance, here is all the information. So this is how it performed. So that's the only thing, like a RAM, it's not showing the proper thing, but when you type it in the terminal, you should be getting the exact RAM. I already showed you like it was consuming like a 600-700 MB, but you can still easily use it on the low end PC. If you have like a 1 GB or 2 GB of RAM, you can easily run this distribution with the latest applications. You can update the applications like a Firefox, because the stable version of Firefox is 131, which is stable version, but you get the ESR version 128. So you can choose whatever you want. In the base version or in the another versions, you get the some other browsers, which is already mentioned in the official website, like a CMonkey. So that was the 23.10 antiX Linux video. So this is how it performed. Everything is working fine without any issues. So if you want to install, you can do your own research. Don't just blindly watch my videos and try to install. Do your own research. Try to boot it in the live boot. If you're satisfied, then go with the installation. And also I'll be posting like a 2 videos daily without missing. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. So there will be some gap in between 2 videos because I need to edit and I need to upload all those things. So that's the reason there will be gap. So instead of looking on my channel, it's better to subscribe and turn on the notification, so you can get the notification as soon as another video is posted. So you should be getting the notification and you can watch the videos instead of just keeping an eye on my channel. It's better to turn on the notification and subscribe. You should get the notification. So that's how it performed. Thanks for watching. And about the logout screen, the password for the live boot is DEMO, same like a MX Linux. And you just need to type in like a DEMO and that's it. So thanks for watching. Peace out.